Yes, this is part 5 of my 1976 Porsche 914 Resurrection video. Today I'm going to revisit the engine bay where we spent a lot of time lately. But before we crawl in there, I just wanted to show you a few other projects along the way on top. We'll look here at the parts that some of the stuff we've taken out of the engine bay. I call it the engine bay, but this is everything that's underneath the back part of the car. You got the we've got an anti-roll sway bar. We've got the shock or back bumper mounts. You also have your rear transmission bounce and bushings, and your engine mount here. This is your transmission mount, and it has rubber bushings that can be replaced. But all this stuff is real expensive. So everything that you can save or salvage on your car, this is the pan that goes above the exhaust in the back. It's all in good shape, and as you can see, I also cleaned up all my brake parts back there. This Haynes book is one of the best I've ever found as far as covering the parts on this car. While we're over here, I want to also show you the side of this car. We'll look at the passenger side. This is the door seal, all cleaned up real good shape here. And as far as the longitudinal's real good under here too. I did have a few problems along the jack plates on both sides. I may have to remove the jack plate just so I can clean that all up and make sure there's no further rust later. But the door posts look good except right at the top, and we always have problems right there where it turns into the wing seal, and there's also an air tube, inlet tube that goes there too. So that jack plate and the wing seal may be in the replacement, but the doors all match up. You can look at the 25 and an eighth on the measurement on this opening, and the doors all close well. So this car's tight. Don't want to cut anything loose to make sure I got everything ordered that I need. We'll go back underneath. There's actually 3 main parts I'm looking at on the car: the engine part, the brakes, and the body panels. And I'm going to go over all of them, but today I'm back on the engine again just to show you what we've done under here. We visit this tunnel, which runs through the length of the car from the front to back. And there's really a lot going on here. You got your heater flaps cable here. There's also the main brake line runs through that. There's a shift rod that runs through that tunnel. There's also a conduit for your clutch cable. This one's broke loose. That's the problems we have right here. It has 2 attachments along the way, so that I've got that all cleaned up and ready for preparing the tunnel. And while we're in the tunnel, we're going to pull out these fuel lines, these plastic fuel lines, replace them with stainless steel. They also are clamped twice along inside that tunnel. You have a accelerator cable, you have a speedometer cable, all your wiring harness runs through there, so there's a lot going on in that tunnel. But we got it cleaned up and got a project in mind for that. So I'm going to turn back underneath to these main frame, and you'll see along the bottom of this car, there's jack plates on these sides, and they're right below the drip pan on these engine trays. And the water sits down on that jack plate, and it causes rust right in behind it. So when I pull that jack plate, we have 2 places here on this side and the other that we'll have to cut metal and reinforce. Also, while I'm under here, I just want to show you the shock towers. We cleaned all them, the shocks and springs, everything cleaned up real good on both sides. All the control arms are in good shape, the bushings and all. So we got a lot of that done. We do have a problem up here with the hinge bracket had been tried to brazed on. It'll have to be replaced, but most all of this in good shape. The console, outer console bolts, I wanted to go over them with you just a little bit too. This is all real important. The outer part of this suspension console, it bolts up and it has shims under it. This had the wrong type shims and had long bolts with too many washers. So that's all real important to get that right. That console is welded from the top so that it restricts the length of bolts you can use. But you can get it back to fairly straight, and you'll still have to get it aligned later. But that's where we're at for now, and I appreciate you watching my videos. And I'll get back with you for more to come. But we're in good shape under here, and thanks for watching.